Leaving the vibrant energy of Salt Lake City behind, we hit the road for an unforgettable journey across the iconic Bonneville Salt Flats. The vast, shimmering expanse stretched out before us as we towed our Airstream towards Sacramento, California for a visit to Vinnie's Northbay Airstream repair. Our first night stop was a gym, a Harvest Host location just north of Reno at the home of Tom and Teresa, seasoned Airstreamers and caravan leaders. The drive off of I-80 was a bit of a trek to get there, but was it worth it? Time to identify an animal, Blair.
What?
What made that? Put your hand next to that print.
Oh.
It's a bobcat or a puma?
Coyote.
It's a bobcat. Put your hand down there.
Yeah, but my guess would be a coyote.
He said bobcat or puma.
Oh, a puma. A mountain lion.
Oh, yeah.
That's a small mountain lion, though.
We found a wonderful couple who has a Harvest Host Airstream Club spot up here on the top of a mountain, and it's a beautiful spot, covered, really wonderful. We're about to go hang out with them some and learn about some Airstream history. The stunning view was only outshined by their hospitality. We spent the evening on their front porch swapping stories and soaking in their incredible company. Next morning on our way out of town, we swung by Costco so Blair could play Plinko and we could pick up a few supplies. Then we ran into our friend Mark. No photo of him, sadly, but here's a photo of his shiny new truck he picked up after checking ours out. With supplies loaded, we continued our journey, winding through the breathtaking Sierra Nevada mountains towards Sacramento. We stretched our legs out in Dixon, California, visiting our friend John and his dog Thor. Piper and Thor had an absolute blast splashing around in the backyard pool, and we were grateful for a chance to share some quality time with John. That night, we settled into the Cal Expo RV Park, just a short drive from our destination. The next morning, we rolled towards Vinnie's Northbay Airstream repair. Hey, my phone just rang. It was Vinnie. He said, hey, look to your left. He was sitting right beside us at the traffic light. Now he's right in front of us, following him in. After parking, shaking hands, we made our way inside. Piper made herself right at home. We checked out the Hall of Fame, and then Vinnie took us on a tour of the shop, introducing us to his talented team and showing us the ins and outs of their top-notch operation. So Doug's back there doing some work on Vinnie's trailer, actually doing some woodworking, cabinetry work, but he's an independent guy here doing his own cabinetry work and doing all that kind of stuff here. So it's really great what he does. Many of you have seen Ultimate Airstream and things like that, but he does all that kind of stuff here. Really great work. I'm actually trying to talk Blair into spending some more money and making us a lounge for our trailer. I'm just trying to be like you, Mark. Now we got some 13A swag here. Later that afternoon, we sat down for a fantastic interview with Vinnie. And if you haven't already watched that video, please go check it out. It's packed with Airstream, business, entrepreneurship, and other type wisdom. After we sat down for the interview, Blair and I departed and headed over to Vinnie's original shop for the night, where it has a wonderful pond, and we got to hang out with his wife Cindy and his two pups. Piper had the time of her life running around this place. Chasing the ball, chasing the pup, and doing zoomies all over the yard. The evening got even better when Vinnie got there, and they both treated us to an incredible sushi dinner at a local spot. But the real highlight of the evening, riding to and from the restaurant in Vinnie's World War II era Willys Jeep a family heirloom that's been lovingly maintained for many decades. These Willys Jeeps were built in the early 1940s and were workhorses during World War II, known for their rugged durability and go-anywhere capability. With a 2.2-liter inline four-cylinder engine producing a whopping 60 horsepower, they were designed for utility and not speed. Their lightweight frame and four-drive system made them indispensable in the battlefield, and today they're cherished classics, often restored. Back at the camp, we noticed Piper had a slight limp, likely from slipping out in the yard during her enthusiastic playtime. The next morning, it was even more noticeable, so we took her to the veterinary emergency group for a checkup. Good news, minor sprain, no breaks or tears. With a vet bill and meds in hand, Piper was ready for more adventures. We are currently sitting at Vinnie's Northbay Airstream Repair in Sacramento, California. How's your experience here been so far?
It's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Airstream community is wonderful. So, like, the people of the Airstream community are wonderful. When people love their job and have passion for their job, it shows. And so that shines through as well, but I wouldn't have expected anything else.
Okay.
And the shop looks like an Airstream shop.
Yep.
Been in plenty of those before.
Yep.
And yeah, it's pretty neat.
We were fortunate recipients of a wonderful dinner last night and a cool ride to dinner in the World War II Army Jeep.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was incredible.
Except you lost your hat on the way home.
I lost my hat on the way home.
It was retrieved. Vinnie got out and got it for you.
He did. I think Aaron would have been very upset if it had not been retrieved. It was a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, I did too. That was neat.
So our trailer currently is behind us.
Yeah.
Why?
On blocks. Because I saw some shiny new tires.
I've been wanting them for a while.
You have been wanting them for a while. So.
All right. So we're getting some new wheels and tires. Not just the tires.
Wheels
it's just
and tires.
16-inch wheels, bigger tire. It'll raise me up 1 inch more. So I now have a 4-inch lift instead of a 3.
Yep.
You're going to get twice the amount of life out of those tires that you would out of the Endurance. You know, and the Endurance is a great tire. There's not a lot of tread on them. So, and they'll still age out as the ST tire. But yeah, that's a fun upgrade.
How many hours of work is that I have to work to cover that?
So we sell the tire and wheel combo just a little bit over our actual cost. We do a lot of 16s. So my favorite right now is the TO3 with the black inlay. It's a nice looking wheel and tire. It runs about $500 a wheel tire.
Yeah, that's something I
do have them in stock.
Stop that.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm going back to work tomorrow.
That's right. Just waiting on the tire shop guys to get back, and I'll go through that a little bit.
Yeah, it's been good.
All right. With the old rims and tires removed, the new ones sent off for mounting and balancing, I took a chance to inspect my Dexter Neverlube axles and brakes. It's a pretty straightforward process if you've never done it before. You pop off the dust cover, you remove the little snap ring. Just a note, those little tiny holes in the snap rings are very tricky and they barely fit any standard snap ring pliers. Then you pull the nut off and pull the hub off. I borrowed some tubs from Vinnie's Techs, sprayed them all down with brake cleaner, wiped everything down, blew it all off with air, checked the brake pads and hub assembly for wear, reassembled it, torqued the nut, secured the snap ring in place, and put the dust cover back on, and you're good to go. These axles are designed for low maintenance. They use a sealed, pre-greased bearings that eliminate the need for regular repacking or lubricating. The brakes, they're electric. They require a periodic inspection for pad thickness. You should aim for at least 1/8 of an inch or so. And then check the wear in the hub assembly. Make sure it's still smooth. Make sure the magnet and the springs in there are the way they should be and looking safe. If you keep these things clean with brake cleaner and regularly inspected, you should have a long life out of them. If you ever need to know how to replace the brake hub, my friend Rick Wright from The Right Life has a YouTube video on him replacing his. You can check that out. You also might have noticed the little silver plate between my wheels and hubs. Those are Centramatic wheel balancers, which I love, and they keep us riding smooth no matter how balanced the tires are. I've got them on the truck too, and I have a video on that coming out pretty soon. We're still here at Vinnie's, and that's Ivan the Great, Ivan the Magician, I'll say, and Vinnie the Airstream Whisperer standing with him. But here, there's a Bambi right here with this panel that got replaced. And I'm going to overlay on the screen here what it looked like when it came in here a few days ago. It is absolutely shocking. And everybody believes, there's many people who think they just replaced the panel. That is not the case. I watched the work watch him do this thing. It's shocking what he does. So, Ivan, you're a magician. It's amazing. Vinnie also showed me this new lithium battery he's been installing on many trailers. It comes with a Bluetooth feature that directly connects to your phone app, and it requires no additional equipment. I was very impressed with it. And if you have two of them, it links them together and just seamlessly works. We then went inside and he showed me the front end separation bracket that he's using and their lift kits. I showed both of these in the interview video, but here's a more detailed explanation.
Our lift kit.
Yep.
He builds these. And so you can encapsulate the bolt head. So you don't have to weld a tab on there. That's silly because it weakens the bolt. The tab bends. You can't get the right torque. And we see lift kits come in all the time. They're loose. So this solves the problem. Plus, we built every one with this passageway for the gas line.
Nice.
You know, in the older trailers, say a 25 foot with a gas line.
I put a few of those on.
What do? You fight it.
Reroute it.
Now we put it right through there.
Nice.
So we just build it like that. And in the case where the outside of the frame, this guy mounts here, right? And mounts up to the rail. So that's sitting on the rail. And gosh, now you don't have to. I mean, that's a good fix for the frame. We weld inside these ovals and weld all the way around and just fix the cracked frame.
Perfect.
For this guy.
I love this.
And then with this guy.
In this part of the video, I'm showing a section, and then this is what Vinnie and I are going to be talking about. And then this cross section again, so you have an idea of where that piece on the trailer is.
This is what we had in the beginning from Airstream. Well, we saved this example because it's fun. They forgot to drill the hole. But you have the double-sided tape and the rivet that would go there, right?
Yeah.
So that's obviously a no-go. So we have the new and improved steel.
Oh.
2 stainless steel rivets.
Double-sided tape.
And bolt.
Awesome.
That's probably what's in my 2016. It's still hanging in there. So
that's 2021 or so. I don't remember what year that came out.
Here's our bracket.
Yep.
So everything in black is ours. This was the existing C channel.
Okay.
And what's missing from this is the piece,
the top lip.
Yeah, the flare that you actually rivet in this front skin with. And that's something that, if it was ever damaged or, all pocked up after you replace the panel, you're like, oh gosh, that's been compromised. You'd want to maybe replace it, or the guys don't. And they just continue to Swiss cheese it. We actually cut it out, which is like unheard of. Who would do that? Now there's no way to attach the skin. Hey
everybody, I want to make a quick explanation of what Vinnie is showing here. So up in the upper left corner there, you see the bracket. This frame rail corresponds to the photo below it. This frame rail here. And this frame rail is on the other side over there, and the battery box right here is in the middle. His front end separation frame that goes up the U shape here starts right here behind the rock guard, goes all the way across there, and then up over the other side of the rock guard. The C channel he's referring to in cutting the piece out is right here. So the flooring slides into this bottom part in the middle. The interior skin connects to this one, and the exterior skin connects to this one over here. So on the front piece, when he pulls out that front skin to repair this, they cut this whole front corner piece off, and their bracket sits right into this C channel here, the C channel going up. It's a C channel sideways for the floor, and a C channel going up like that. And you can see that over here on the far right. And this is at the side of the trailer, not the front necessarily, but the concept is the same. So interior skin fits here. Exterior skin fits here. C channel goes through the floor and connects underneath with that bolt or rivet or screw, whatever they're using at the time. So hope this helps your understanding of what this process is.
Because this becomes like a truss.
Yes.
You see in here, so you've got this piece of angle. And it's very strong. And the difference is this whole system is above this C channel. Now, we'll also box this in if we need to and support the gussets and the outriggers. But the key is this now bonds to the shell.
Yes.
If you try to strengthen it from underneath, you still get the flex. If you do it above, now you can tie into the rails that go all the way up and alongside the window and into the shell. What's the problem with this one?
It's just on the edges.
A couple things, yeah. So you've got You got a bolt that goes into the frame, right? Where's this rib go? It goes about this far.
Not go all the way to the top.
Has 4 rivets to hold it on the inside of this, so it's not tied into this rail at all. So this is what happens. That's too weak, right? So you get this. And over time, like it's not as bad as it was. It's something. And if you can mitigate it maybe with the air save, or lightening up your bar or something like that, this thing starts walking, and then you just get that pucker and that crack all over again. So where does it take a year and you're back at it? Yes. With ours, now the shell doesn't want to move, right? The shell wants to, it was built on that big slab. It wants to stay like that, but it's forced to kind of move with the frame. And this frame will give you quite a bit of movement. Imagine if you were to stand on this outrigger and I was to stand out in the opposing way in the back on a 30, right? We can get some pretty good flex out of the frame. But together with the shell, they work as one. But this is the impact area. And then we cut a door in it. Often folks say, well, I don't have the door, so I can't have front end separation, but you can. It just takes, where the battery box closes. You go to open the battery box. It won't open. Gosh, it makes contact with the skin, but maybe only when the weight distribution is connected. Take weight distribution off. This frame settles down a little bit and it clears it. So I just run my hand on it. If I feel a little bulge down here by where it starts getting close to the battery box. That was happening. Or if the rivets are talking and popping or starting to gray out. I've lost one corner one on both corners. I put them back in. Yeah. And my door. Getting a little tight maybe? Depending on the door, I mean, it's tight to open. Yeah. And I also want to make sure your door, because that hinge doesn't allow for anything in it. So let's say a pebble or something gets in there and you close it, it's going to push the door open. I've also, because me digging in there to put a new circuit breaker panel in, I leaned on the door. So I think I pulled it off just a little bit. So my recommendation on that is pull the door off. Yep. Just take the rivets out, set the door aside, then you've got free access while you're doing your builds and all that stuff. No risk to that. I took all the furniture out when I first did the build, but I had to go back in and put a new, I was trying to do a few things and I just leaned on the door a little too hard. So but this is fantastic. Yeah, and so in the beginning, we took a few like this, right? Still over here. And then we gusseted it here. And we've done 100 of these now without a problem. Early on, we didn't have the truss. So we used this method, and we still saw that even though this is pretty substantial, and each one of these is welded in place, tacked in place, because, maybe this rib's off a little bit, and we don't want to force it to our perfect 90. So we would tack it and did everything possible and then supported it under here. But what we learned very quickly was that the superstructure needs to be above the C-channel. Down here, it doesn't get as much support. Helps, but this is where all the strength needs to be built in. Now, what do you put under here? Or is that, I mean, we can get to this. Okay, this under the backside of the, in front of the tire. Yeah, we can get, this is like a C-channel, so we can get to the backside. So that's a lot of strength to sandwich. It is. Yeah. So it'll keep shape here. Okay. We're not going to have any flex in that area. So, and then we just drill right into this for the front scare. Perfect. So good. Yeah, we're pretty proud of that. I mean, I wish I didn't have to do it. Is it? Like I said on one of the videos, we built this like my dump trailer with those big I-beam frame. Yeah, that's perfect. Have to pick a new topic, right? Agree. I saw that and I said, man, that's such a perfect thought and perfect idea. It was finally time to say goodbye. Vinnie pulled our trailer outside and we got ready to leave. Are you licensed to drive this thing, sir? I am. It was a bittersweet departure with our friend Vinnie and his whole team there, but that evening we returned back over to the Cal Expo RV Park, because the next morning I had to drop off Blair at the airport for a work trip while I prepared to head over to Oxnard, California to get our Airkrafter generators installed. After I returned from dropping off Blair at the airport that morning, our friend Greg stopped in. We had seen his rig at Vinnie's the day before, having some cabinetry work done, and I must say, I'm very impressed with Doug's work. And here's a couple photos of before and after. Want to see what a 30-foot International looks like with no couch in here? Here it is. Right over there is your 12-volt DC box in the middle. Your left is your solar controller, and your right is your inverter. Now that's cleaned up wiring from Airstream, and you see where everything comes in the wall right there in that little mouse hole. And that light on the wall is your exterior storage locker light, and your subwoofer for your
Speaker system is right there. But that's it. And if you need to come through the hole in the floor, that's where you see that foam insulation, spray foam coming through the floor right there in the middle. They replaced their main seating area with a really cool love seat, recliner couch love seat. And then Doug built all the cabinetry and everything else around it. And it's just another shining example of what happens at Vinnie's shop. That's a wrap on this leg of our journey from the Salt Flats to Reno, the Vinnie's shop, good friends along the way. It's all part of this Airstream adventure that we love. Stay tuned for our next chapter in Oxnard.